Hello everybody, my name is Kenneth and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be checking out Jeff Satur's release from February the 8th called Space Shuttle No. 8. Now, if you've been around the channel for a while, you know that I have reacted to Black Tie on the channel, and Ghost I think was what the other song that I did here. So in this reaction, I'm going to be checking out the album tracks that I'm not aware of, which are Hide, Lucid, Loop, Highway, Complicated, Yellow Leaf, Fade, and Almost Over You, as well as Stranger and Saturdays. Now, I do know that tracks 11 to 16 of this album are English, and I think one is a Chinese version of the other songs. I have heard Dum Dum, both the original version and the English version. If you guys want me to check out Hide, Fade, Lucid, and Fade, the Chinese track, please let me know. I'm not going to cover them here because I assume they're going to be the same song. But if they are drastically different or anything like that, please let me know. Before we get into this, because I remember when I reacted to a Jeff Satur song before, some people didn't like my pausing. This is a pause warning. I pause. I like to pause to discuss and talk about what we're reacting to. I will react obviously as the kind of things play out. However, I do like to have long thoughts, and so to help me not miss anything, I pause. And so if that's not for you, that's totally okay. This intro has rambled on for a little bit. Without any further ado, because I kind of have waffled on for a little bit, let's get into Space Shuttle No. 8. Okay, so the first song is called Hide. I don't know how to pronounce the song in Thai, so I apologize. But this is the official music video. Let's get into it. Okay, I'm loving the hazy light effect. And the song's very soft. Just make sure I have subtitles on. Yep. Ooh, okay. So far, we've got a bit of pebbling going on, which if you guys don't know what pebbling is, it comes from penguins. Basically, a penguin will give whomever they love the shiniest or best pebble that they can find as a way of showing their love. So far we've got that very clear in the way that he wants to share his playlist and share quotes. It's things that might seem like nothing to other people, but he wants to share them because they're important to him, and he wants to show this other person that they are important to him as much as they are to him. So yeah, I'm loving this so far. I'm loving how simple this music video is, but it's very I don't know if it's gonna be related to the title of Hide, but it's giving a lot of places to hide. I'm loving the soft guitar. There's something almost like vocal fry in the way that he's approaching the low notes, because they're not bassy, they're very relaxed, and that kind of sound. I'm really liking this so far. Ooh, I like how there's choreo. Ooh. I wasn't expecting this change up. I'm loving the way that there's a real use of physicality and movement from the music video perspective. And he's really making use of the space because he's the only thing, apart from kind of the light and the shadow, that's in the space. This change up, I wasn't expecting it. Love. there's something really about Jeff's voice that's really smooth, and I want to use the word balanced. Like his voice feels perfectly centered in this mix. I'm so sorry. I'm so struggling to keep up with lyrics right now, just because I'm kind of almost being sirened by his voice. I can't focus on anything else. Um, um, I love this lyric. I did see this lyric. I'm like a shadow that follows, but my worth is zero. Um, I love this idea that he's following this person, is constantly trying to be around this person, but it feels like there's when he says my worth is zero, there's almost like a lack of acknowledgement from this other person that he's even there, or in the way that he wants to be. Um, and maybe here with this line, there's kind of an element of maybe this other person isn't interested. I love the again the physicality of this. Sorry, just the way he was smiling there. Oh, that's so pretty. So this is a love that he has almost put on a pedestal. He's saying that this person is everything and anything, and can be anything and everything that they want to be. And there's an element almost of being like a silent partner, um, of being just happy to be there. Um, it's it's the way that he loves this person or has affection towards this person, and uh, he's not expecting anything back, but he also it's almost like he doesn't want anything back. And I don't know if that's a fear of making that kind of jump from whatever they were to whatever they could be, that fear of of that change, or if it is just a genuine like I love this person and I'm or maybe even I'm in love with the idea of this person, but it feels like it feels like there's an awareness of um a lack of reciprocity, however you say that word. It's maybe not being reciprocated, and but it feels like he's okay with that, and it's almost like I'm happy to be here kind of thing. I love this. When sorry, just pausing again. When I love that lighting change. But when I was looking up this album to kind of put all the songs in a playlist so that I could kind of organize this reaction, I think that Google defined this as Thai pop. And I can definitely feel so far the indie kind of vibes in this song. I'm gonna be intrigued to see how the album is, especially when you think of how Black Tie was as a song. But yeah, again, this lighting change, I love that we've gone from the dark and very real contrast between light and dark, and now it's still dark, but it's brightened up and it's a lot more blue. So I wonder if we're gonna get like more sad. Ooh. Lighting is very intentional in this. Okay, so here it's your happiness that matters, not my sorrow. I'm getting the vibe that yes, he does know this person doesn't reciprocate his feelings, but and if I'm reading this right, it's he's happy that they're happy, and that they're not this toxic person that's like, oh my god, if you don't love me, you can't love anyone. He's happy to see that happiness grow. So I'll just turn this down a little bit. Oh, that low. That little like background, it wasn't a chorus, but it was like it sounded maybe more than one person in the background. Oh, like there's like a nice little mix of like background harmonies there. That was really pretty. I love the way that from what I've heard from Jeff's music, Jeff Satter's music, he likes to use different vocal techniques and different vocal traditions in his music. Um, I love this. Ooh, this change up. I love this shot over the top of these lyrics. It's almost like all of these feelings are disorienting him. And so he, like here, for instance, the kind of, it's almost like they've put like Vaseline or something on the camera lens so that like everything's really smooth and out of focus. They might not have, but that's just a thing that I know that some people have done, like for shots and stuff. They like on top of the camera they'll put like a thin film and then cover the film in Vaseline to get this kind of look. But it's like I love the way that these are really these shots are really kind of following the message of the song, and even again his movements are following it. You know, there's he's almost like flailing around, and I say flailing not in an offensive way. His movement's intentional. And now we're purple. It's interesting when we think of like the colors used in this song, visually, because I wouldn't say purple is sadder than blue. If I was thinking like kind of like a scale, I'd take the lighter colors, the orangey yellowy color that we got as like the happiness, but then I'd say the blue would be the kind of the lowest color before the like the dark black tones in this video. But yet there seems to be with the purple, I don't know if it's meant to be like a transitionary color, you know, that almost like this is where the hopelessness starts, or if there's a suggestion that the purple is darker and more sad and solemn than the blue. But again, lighting in this music video is very, very deliberate. Very deliberate. And it's as well the way that the space is entirely him. Like you've got this massive sound stage, and it's just him. There's an element of the other person as well. Maybe not reciprocating. This is just an alternate kind of interpretation that I'm having. But like maybe not reciprocating, but playing hard to get. Obviously, maybe it's going to be more that they don't reciprocate, but there's an element of, because of the more I try, there's that he might be reading it as them playing hard to get, rather than being just not interested. And I personally think that they're not. Maybe the other person isn't interested. But it's interesting when you look at it through the character that Jeff is kind of singing through, how the character kind of maybe sees what's happening. Such a pretty note. And here we have the very visual like the low angle on Jeff there. We've got this very real pedestaling of this other person to the point where he physically looks tiny to this person. And that's how he thinks that this other person sees him. Oh, that drum. The drum's almost like a... It's almost like a... if a drum could be a drill, it's almost like that. It makes... Musically, it feels like... the perfect way of using rhythm to express like a desperate like plea, because it really like creates that urgency. It also creates like almost, it's not cacophonous, but it's close to, it's musical cacophony. So it's a lot of things going on in the background, kind of again to portray that desperation from this character, of them expressing their love for this person. But the reason I say it's musical cacophony is obviously it doesn't sound bad, and it just really doubles down on that for me. This was an interesting change up. I wasn't expecting it. Also, the biggest thing that I'm noticing is obviously that's like an electric guitar. And because they wanted like the minimalness of this scene, they obviously haven't even pretended that it's plugged in. But it's just the fact that it's not plugged in that's bothering me. Because I'm just imagining going dip, 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 like really quietly, like when they're filming this. Sorry, this is like probably taking you guys out of this, but that's just it. But I understand why they didn't like pretend it was plugged in, because obviously this image right here, you've got like a spotlight, everything's shadowy behind him, and he's very much in the focus, and so you wouldn't want him, and here's the guitar amp, taking kind of that visual away. Sorry. Oh, I like that. Oh, that's pretty. I love this like lazy singing. It's giving almost like, it's almost giving like a drunk call, kind of. I love you. You know, that kind of thing. It's giving that. Yes, the snort was necessary. That's an interesting way to end, with the light blinding his face and blocking out his face. This last part of the song here almost feels like we've gone from the idea of like, I want to give you your mixtape and my playlist and you know, because mixtape playlist, that's kind of how that's evolved. You know, people have often given music as a signal, and we've gone from that to almost like a serenade. And it's interesting that, you know, we've been talking the song's been talking about being a shadow, and yet this last kind of shot here is him not in shadow, but equally not visual. And in that you can't see his facial features, you can't see it's him. It could be anyone, kind of thing. And it's almost like this idea of even when he's in the limelight, he still has this element of hiding and being in some form of shadow, even if it's not real shadow. I'm loving the fact that we've got credits. Shout out to all these people. I love when there's credits. Is there anything else after this? No, okay. But I really love that. I really love that. The song was great. Obviously, it's not the opener of the album. Dum Dum is, but again, I've heard Dum Dum. I'm just really quickly getting my list of songs for you guys. But this is a great kind of thinking about Dum Dum, it feels like a good follow-up, musically, as well as thematically. But I really, really enjoyed this. Okay, so now we've got Lucid. This is the official music video for the Thai version. Again, like I said, if the English versions are dramatically different, then maybe put in the comments if you'd like to see me react to them. Again, I've heard the English version of Dum Dum as well as the Thai version. And I'll be honest, my favorite version is actually the Thai version, the original Thai version. But yeah, just let me know. Or if you think I should just listen to it in my own time, that's fine too. I probably will do that. But yeah, this is Lucid. I love the way it's shot so far. I'm sorry, just the way that this started. It was like someone like sat at like their instrument and just like, you know what I mean? Like they just sat down and went, and it was like one of those like I don't know, those cheesy moments you think of in like a film, but it feels so like calm and serene. Also, I'm loving the Peter Pan references so far in this. We've got like Wendy, and then looking at the window. That's what I'm getting from this. Especially, sorry, pausing again. Especially with the I was gonna say, especially with the outfit she's wearing. This is an interesting take on Peter Pan, though. An interesting change. I'm loving the lyrics. I invite you to the dance floor in the sky. The image of like a dance in the sky very much makes me think of the Peter Pan cartoon when they travel from London town into the sky and into Neverland, and it's that moment where they're frolicking in the sky, in the clouds. I'm loving this reimagining so far of Peter Pan as like not necessarily the boy that never grows up, but more as the almost like an adult that's never grown up. I'm really intrigued visually where we're going with this. I'm loving the breathy little bits. I like the way that he's looking at us there. Obviously, we're meant to be representing this female lead, but it's like a real. He's got a really piercing stare. It's interesting that because this does mimic I think one of like the Peter Pan scenes where he's discovered and he like flies away. I don't know though, it feels different, especially when you look at like the lyrics at the same time and you listen to the lyrics at the same time. It's almost giving it's almost like he's come back after, in terms of like the way that Peter Pan storyline is. It feels like this is when Wendy has been put back in London, like returned to London, and it's like after that, but he knows that he can't have her, and that's why this feels different. I might be wrong. And again, it's that hopeful look back, almost maybe like wishing that she would come with him again. I might be wrong. Especially with that lyric, I wonder if you still think of me tonight. Oh, that's a beautiful vocal phrase. I love this real soft beat and so rhythm that we've got here. This is an interesting change. It's almost like, so if we imagine that this is after, and again I'm talking about this solely in context of the music video here. If we imagine that this is after the adventures, after the romance, maybe you could argue. It's almost like here she's trying to turn him back into the Peter Pan character she remembers. The Jeff Satur, the character she remembers, in order to kind of fulfill this this kind of message that he's trying to give of before you forget me. Ooh. I love this. This is so cute. Ooh, I like the way that the accompaniment has changed, and we've got this really dramatic drum coming in. I love his acting in this. I love his acting in general, but I love his acting in this. Isn't that something that happens? No. So in Peter Pan, she fixes his shadow because his shadow escapes. And so it's like it's almost like this process is remembering how she fixed him, maybe? I love this. The cinematography in this is amazing. The tempo of this song, I love that you've got the, like, it's a slow song, but with the kind of the in the background, it has almost like a disjointed tempo where it's slow, but it feels urgent, and it feels like there's an element of desperation from this character. I think because they know that they will forget, because again I'm referencing Peter Pan a lot with this because I think it's intentionally doing that. But obviously in the kind of the storyline of the Peter Pan storyline is Wendy does eventually forget him, and so it's a matter of if not when. And so there's this desperation of trying to keep the memory alive for her as long as possible. And I think the music video is presented almost as kind of almost from his perspective of seeing kind of that process happen. I love this though. It's almost like the term lucid, obviously referring to dreams and things like that and dreamlike states. It's almost like the dream is her. So while he's saying to her, please keep all the dreams we had though I'm gone, it's almost like he's saying it to himself as well. Because obviously, again, and I know I keep referring to it, the Peter Pan thing. Peter Pan obviously is a child forever. He never grows up. And so the kind of side effect consequence of that is there's an element of immortality to that. And obviously immortal creatures it's a trope of immortal creatures that they don't remember everything that they've ever done, and so it feels like yes, he's saying it to this person, but there's almost like a rebound effect that he's also trying to say it to himself, because of the impact that she's had on him. And I think that's the important thing with the kind of the haircutting scene and the bandaging scene. It's not just, yes, it's there's the Peter Pan reference, but it's not just that. It's also um, what she has done for him, um, and how she has changed him. I'm loving seeing the little twinkly lights there. I don't know if you guys saw that. I'm loving this part. So this part, I'm just gonna go back a little bit, because I wanted to talk about this shot here that's just coming up. This shot. If you guys have ever seen the film Finding Neverland, there's a beautiful. It has Kate Winslet and Johnny Depp in it, and it has this beautiful moment at the end, where Kate Winslet's character is passing, and they portray it, if I remember rightly, in a similar way that I think they almost merge story with the in-film reality, if I remember rightly. And there's a scene where she walks down this similar kind of path that we're seeing here. And I don't know if that's a reference to, um, but it almost feels like it feels like an intentional reference there, of her at the end maybe coming back to him, because obviously Neverland has this dark undertone and meaning of like that Neverland is actually a representation, an allegory for being heaven and things like that. And so it's maybe the story is this song and story is actually about losing a lover to something, as horrific as death. And this is maybe like the reunion and the reuniting. I like this musically though. If I remember rightly, and this wasn't Peter Pan, but it was Peter Pan related. Obviously the perspective, no. If you've ever seen the film Hook, which is Peter Pan related, it's like a when Peter Pan grows up kind of film. He for a lot of the movie has a lack of magic and can't fly and things, and that's what this part is giving me. The idea that because he's lost this love and they're no longer together, he lost his magic, he lost the ability to fly, and so ended up maybe like this. Obviously as well, you could just suggest, again, the darker themes that he passed away, in some way. I'm loving the almost reverb high notes of the piano in the back of this. I'm loving the little change here. We've gone from him kind of touching her romantically and lovingly to her touching him here, because obviously when she's cutting his hair, while it's like a romantic gesture, on the surface it's not very, in comparison, it's not the hand cupping the chin kind of thing, but then that's how it is really. I love this change. This is such a beautiful story. Oh, and notice how like everything looks. Sorry, I'm just gonna turn off annotations. Okay, never mind. I can't turn everything off. I was gonna say, can I turn the cards off? But like everything, there's still a dreamlike quality to it, but it looks a lot more real now. Before we go to the next song, I just want to say I really enjoyed that that last song. I think it's amazing the way he approaches these love songs. They're almost like poetry in how that they play, and so it's very fitting, I think, that the music video for the song for Lucid really played into that literary canon, that Peter Pan referencing. I think it's very like it's very just Satur. Okay, so next we are on to Loop. This is a lyric video, so I apologize if any of the lyrics are wrong or anything, but I'm really looking forward to this, so let's go. Is this a live version? It sounds live. Just the way it's mixed, it sounds live. Oh, it is live, okay. One thing I've noticed in these songs so far is there's Jeff Satur likes to really explore unrequited and love from afar kind of scenarios. You know, he was talking about, do you ever leave your heart ajar? That kind of, obviously when you think of the word ajar, you often think about like a door, like leaving a door open. And so here it's almost like, is there any chance I can become a part of your heart, that you can fall in love with me? But that's the theme that I'm noticing. This is very beautiful live. I'm assuming again it's alive. The way that the way that he flowed through that, at the end so the English lyric was I'm struggling, and the way that the kind of the riff ended, it felt like there was a struggle there. And when I say struggle, I don't mean like, oh, he was struggling vocally. It felt like a very intentional like vocal performance choice, and I love the way that is. Oh, people are singing along. I love this. Ooh. The riffs, oh, it's so pretty. Oh, I love this. And the fact that this is live. I love. I love the way that the guitar there almost like sounded like it was like crying out, like the way that it was played. It was almost like it was like reaching out. So pretty. Today is yesterday's tomorrow. What a great lyric. Ooh. I love this contrast with like the female sounding background vocals. That was almost like jazz there in the background. Oh. So this is a song, I guess, and I guess the reason it's called loop is it happens all the time. You know, that kind of that constant loop you go through when you meet someone, fall in love, or fall in like with someone, have a crush on them, and you just can't say anything. You're just stuck. Again, I love that this is live because it really shows like how strong his vocals are. Ooh, it's so good. See there, he didn't do the same thing. And it's you could maybe say that it's almost like because he's done it so many times, he's maybe getting better at dealing with the struggling. I don't know, maybe I'm just talking out my butt. I love the way he does ma. I think it's ma. Please forgive me there. That's the closest sound that I think I can make in English. It's romanized as pa, but it sounds more like ma to me. Sorry. I'm assuming these are background vocals in live background vocalists. I like the way that there's the little column response. That's pretty. It's so pretty. I'm kind of torn with this because I didn't know when I was searching for the songs, I just searched for the songs with lyrics, because obviously I knew there'd be a lot of Thai, and obviously I don't speak Thai, and so I wanted to be able to try and understand as much as I could. But I didn't. The reason I'm kind of torn is because I didn't want to like spoil the songs for myself. I was just like, oh, this is gonna be the album. Da 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 da. But I don't know if I'm missing anything because it's live. Like if I'm missing any nuances, I'm trying to listen to everything, but obviously in a live setting, there's things that I can miss. So I'm really sorry. So that I just wanted to kind of interject that really quickly. It sounds beautiful though. He's now. Is it skying? Is it skying? Is that the word? The improvisation part? I can't remember if that's what it's called. I'm liking this, like electric piano. I'm loving that. So, no, actually, it's more like one of those theremins almost. It's not. It's. I don't think it is, but there. It sounded a bit like one. Sorry, I'm gonna go back. I love having the audience there. I think the big thing about this song is he's talking about like how long will it take? You know, how many tomorrows will I wait for you to be mine? But he's in this position, and obviously we're assuming here that the person will say yes, but you can't know that they're going to say yes or no if you never ask. And the point of this song is he never asks, and so he'll be waiting eternally for this person because he will not reach out. That's nice. That was lovely. I'm assuming that's where he was performing. I heard something city. Yeah, I like that. Again, I apologize if I missed anything from any like nuances or anything because of that version. I was thinking like halfway through, should I try and find a different one? But I was like, no, I'm already reacting to this. I think hearing it live though is very nice because you got to hear his vocal tone and his vocal qualities, and I was loving like the way he was like riffing and stuff like that. I don't think I have any other thoughts. This album has been really, really strong so far. Okay, so next we have Highway. This is the official music video. This reaction is going to be very long, and I apologize. But yeah, let's get into it. Ooh. Okay, this is upbeat sounding. I'm excited. Ooh. Interesting. So this sounds like another Hide, in that it might not be, but so far it's giving me the kind of the Hide vibes of the pedestaling, making their life almost revolve around this person. You know, he talked about how on the calendar now he didn't have anything before, but now every day is about this person. I'm hoping that this is going to be happier because this shot here looks happier. Also, this lighting is really pretty. But I'm really hoping that this is going to be happier. I love that rhyme. Using the Thai and the English there, I think. Oh, this is plot twist. This is a plot twist. Oh. So this is afterwards. Sorry, I'm gonna go back because I'd realized that something was gonna happen there. So this is after the fact that, so it's not like Hide at all. Ignore what I said earlier. So this maybe in terms of like the if you imagine like the album as a storyline, this is after the kind of Hide and Loop kind of thing where you finally confessed how you feel, but there's still an element of pedestaling going on and stuff like that, and so the relationship's broken down for some reason. But it's clearly broken down in a one-sided way. He's being forced to move on, but it's odd. This pedestaling's changed because here he talks about like, I wouldn't want you back. I'd stay like this. It's almost like he's happy to be stagnant, because he's allowed the thought of, it's almost like they've broken up or the relationship's broken down or whatever, and it's more the thought of the relationship that he's enjoying almost, and he's thinking only about the good things and he's pedestaling only the good things. I love the sound of this song though. Ooh. It's, what even sound is that? What even sound is that? I love it. Also, did you guys see that move that was on the car? Sorry, I'm going back a lot. Here, the way that he like bounces with the sound, that was cool. Sorry. Okay. I'm loving the way that they're moving, like he's like on a dolly kind of setup. I don't want you to waste my day. We've gone from like you were on my regular, like you were on my calendar on the regular, and now it's like I don't want you to waste my time. Oh, it's a petty song. I have to move you so I can move on. I love this. Okay, this might be my favorite song so far. Not just because of how sonically it sounds, but because of the kind of, and if I'm interpreting it right, the pettiness. And he's so sassy with it. I love that acknowledgement though. Like, we had a good time. You've been on my mind for so long. แต่ฉันมีอาจปฏิเสธแต่ใครต่อใครจะทำให้ฉันเสียใจก็ไม่เท่าเธอคนเดียวและขอพรได้สักข้อหนึ่ง I love this breakdown moment here. It's giving it's giving like 2000s songs. I don't know if anyone else is getting this. It's giving like 2000s to me. Just like how like that particular like bridge sounds. It feels like something that in my head I see the number 2005. I don't know what happened in 2005 musically. I can't remember, but it feels. Do you know what I mean? It feels like that kind of 2000 song here in a great way. I'm loving this accompaniment. Even the kind of the musical thing, the musical accompaniment is playing into this like idea of like cutting you off, moving you out of the way. It's abrupt. There's an element of disjointedness in it. I love it though. The rebellious face makeup. Oh, that's pretty high makeup. I love that the rhythm of that line. I'm not even gonna try and do it, but oh, I love this. I'm sorry. Can we just talk about the inclusiveness of this? I love this. I love it because he didn't have to include all of that diversity, but he did, and I love that. Is that over? Sorry, that was a fun move. I love the way that we've got like the credits. This feels like a coming of age film, like condensed into a music video. I love it though. I'd love to see a short film based around this, like an actual short film, like based on the themes of the song. I adore this though. And again, this moment here with the different couples kissing. It's very deliberate and I love it. And again, he didn't need to do it. Obviously, he is an actor and he has done like BLs and things. So he's not a stranger to the kind of the diversity and stuff. But he still didn't need to do it, if you know what I mean. But it's nice. It's a nice little inclusion. I know you might be like, oh, he's making a big deal out of it. But I like the way that he's not making a big deal out of it. Like he just included the shots. Didn't make a big deal out of it or anything. It was just a nice little inclusion. And so yeah, I think Highway might be my favorite song so far. Okay, so the next song, the English title is Complicated. And this one actually, a lot of these music videos are older than the release. So I assume these songs were all kind of compiled, written and stuff like that by Jeff and so on, and whomever else, um, over the period of time. And then it was just like he felt it was maybe time to release them as a body of work together. I'm not sure if anyone has any context. Please let me know. But let's get into this. I'm loving the way that sounds so far. The synth is giving very 80s synth. The dun 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 in the background, and even the chord progression. The chord progression is, I don't know if it's in the same key, but it's the chord progression is very Barbara O'Reilly. There's obviously some changes, some differences, but that was the first thing what I thought of when I heard the first chord. Ooh. That oh, that was pretty. Ooh. I like this. This feels, if Highway went one way with the story, I feel like they're Complicated's like, if you imagine like a fork in the road, Complicated went the other way, where you had like Highway being like the, I have to move on, so I have to move the other way. Complicated's more like the, we could never, and it sounds like a mutual, we couldn't move on. But there's, and again, I guess this is why it's called Complicated. There's that element of still loving each other and still wanting to make it work even though you don't fit. I'm loving the frame rate on the video. It's in certain shots, like here you have it really smooth, but like when they were on the bike, it was kind of it was a lower frame rate. Ooh. I'm loving the accompaniment. I love this storyline that she's something to do with this guy and he's trying to, it's almost like a Romeo and Juliet, he's trying to get her out of it. I wonder what the significance of this scene was. That sound there, sorry. Oh. Did he take the bullet? Oh, he took the bullet. Oh god. This is, the cinematography of these music videos is amazing. What that, did you guys see that lens flare there? Oh, that's beautiful. That's a pretty low riff. I mean, based on the lyrics, I think, given that your friend just got shot, I definitely think that you would be better off not together. Because just for the sake of your friend's survival. Also, you look a lot happier with him, so maybe stick with your friends. Oh, I thought it was a knife, but it's a hammer. So complicated. He really did that. He really said, I'm gonna wait till you're vulnerable and then bye-bye to you. I love the way that the music changes at this point too. And it intersperses the clips with the piano dings. Oh, I love this. Okay, this and Highway are my favorite songs so far from what we've listened to today. I love that these older music videos seem to have like this almost post-credit moment here. I say post-credit, there's obviously been no credits for this one yet, really. Now it's a credit sequence, but you know. I love it. I love the way he, just as a final thought to this song, I love the way that when he says complicated, there is an element of frustrated tiredness, like, like, I'm done with it, almost sounding in his voice. So complicated. I love this font for the artwork, I'm assuming. I love it. Yeah. Okay, that. I think Complicated and Highway are vying for my favorite songs so far. I really, really enjoyed this. This is going to be a really long reaction, and I'm really sorry about it. But amazing. I love the way that he can do the more laid back, more I want to say acoustic sounding songs. Not that he doesn't use electric instruments in those, but they're more acoustic sounding. And then you have like a song like this and like Highway where there's more electronic dance elements to them. And I just love the way that he can explore genres in that way. Okay, so we're at Yellowleaf. We're here. I'm liking the font to this just before we start. It's giving cowboy vibes. And if I remember Ghost quite rightly, that had a storyline in terms of the music video. There was the homesteader and things like that. There's also that military kind of sequence that was happening, and the multiple Jeffs playing multiple characters. Well, let's get into Yellowleaf. I'm loving the Western style. Just make sure I got captions. His tone. I'm sorry. I know I'm already pausing, but his tone. It's like it just floats in. It's low, and it's weird like saying that low notes flow in, but it flows in. It's the breathiness, I think. Oh. So is this a sequel to Ghost in terms of music video storyline? Yeah, I remember these from the Ghost music video. I love the tone in his voice here. He was saying here, much time is for sure needed to be spent. Isn't Yellowleaf, and please forgive me if I'm wrong, isn't Yellowleaf that artistry style with the foil? Where you blow on it to make a picture or something, or you light it to make a picture. I can't remember. Or like a letter or whatever. Oh, the lyrics. I think that said life is never the same without you. I might be wrong, but I think that's what it said. This is giving me a lot different vibes than Ghost did, because in Ghost, obviously you can check out my reaction for that if you want, but just quickly, in that there was an element of lovelessness, yet in this the story isn't the same. It's, you know, he's talking here about how the marriage is fated, and what happens after it is fated. And so, you know, when he talks here about our hair may be gray, but love is still the same, unabated. It feels. I'm wondering, and please correct me if I'm wrong, with the title being Space Shuttle number 8, I think it is. Is is this album meant to deal with the same situations but in parallel, like universes almost? Because you had Highway and Complicated, which felt like forks in the road where you took different choices or you made different decisions or whatever. And here with obviously with Ghost and Yellowleaf, there feels like that too. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Imagine having a life with someone and still feeling like there's more to explore. I love that. Also, I love the way that they're showing the kind of the wedding photo. Okay, so is this suggesting, because I know obviously, and I'm not speaking for Jeff, but I know that a lot of Thai people believe in reincarnation and things. Is this meant to be, at least, I don't know about in relation to Ghost, but certainly specifically in this music video, is this talking about how, because he talks about like eternity and talking about how their love extends beyond their kind of natural life. Is it meant to be that they are fated to be together across different lifetimes? I think it's the red string theory. The idea that two people are bonded together by a red string. Is that am I close with that? This is a beautiful song though, and I'm loving the story we're getting visually. Sorry, what 2054 to 2143. How old is that? He'd be close to 100 for sure. Hang on, let me work it out. So minus 450 minus 7 11 100 no 100 minus 11 100 minus 11 is 89. So it really is like at the end. Ooh. I should have paused to carry on my thought, but also it makes this whole sequence here different because this sequence had a sad tinge to it. I mean, this part does, but the blindfolded section, I mean. Oh. Oh, I'm gonna cry. That's a beautiful sequence. Oh. Okay, so new theory based on what I remember from Ghost. So obviously there was the military guy, and military guy was in this, military Jeff, I should say. Eh, is this suggesting that, at least in the storyline, and I'm sorry, I am a bit teary-eyed, is this suggesting that he went away on the rocket, aka Space Shuttle number 8, and time passed here on Earth, because obviously when you travel into outer space, time works differently. And it's a case of by the time he got back, his partner had aged, while he hadn't, like no time had passed for him. Whereas time had clearly passed for his partner. Because this shot is a similar shot to, I can't see if that, because earlier we had the gravestone and it was JS, so I'm assuming Jeff, but like here we've got a different one and I'm assuming this is for his partner. I'm very I'm very curious if my theory of parallel universes, or maybe if it is parallel universes, maybe when he went into space, he somehow fell into a different world. I don't know. I'm just speculating here. I think this is gonna be my top 3 songs so far. With Highway and Complicated still fighting for number 1. I think maybe I'm not sure. I don't actually know if I'll rank them. Okay, so our next song is called Fade. I'm just saying this in case I cut this video into 2 parts, which I might do. At the moment it's going to be 1 video, but if I do, I'm just going to say this. This is part 2, and if it is. If it's not, then ignore that. But this is Fade. So let's get into this.
ต้องนานเท่าไรที่เรื่องราวนี้มันจึงจะผ่านพ้นไป
Oh, that piano.
ในตอนสายภาพสุดท้ายที่จะเดินจากไปเคยบอกเธอไว้ว่ายังไงว่าถ้าเธอต้องไปก็ไม่เป็นไรแต่พอเอาเขาจริงเป็นฉันที่ไม่
Oh. And he's watching this as from a distance. I love the way that his lyrics are so solemn. I'm so accepting at the same time. Like he's not gonna fight for something that the other person doesn't want. But naturally you're going to feel sad when it's, when it's that final, the chord's finally cut, when you're finally separated from one another. And then seeing the other man come in like this, and her walking with him. I love this melody.
จำได้เพียงปล่อยเบลอแต่สุดท้ายก็ยังคิดถึงเธอพอใจให้เจ้าจึงไม่ลืม
Ooh.
ใครคนหนึ่งในใจสักที
Sorry, that sound. I was wondering if it was gonna come back.
ยังคงคิดถึงเธออยู่อย่างนี้พอใจให้เจ้าจึงไม่ลืมใครคนหนึ่งในใจสักทีต้องใช้น้ำตาเท่าไรลบภาพเธอในใจทำอย่างไร
Oof.
ก็ลืมไปแล้วว่าต้องลืมยังไง
I love lyrically the way that he's like, he almost wants things to feel. So he said in one of the lyrics about something about like how long will it take to rot my memories or something, or like ruin my it was rot, but it's like the idea of like ruining my memories. Because clearly for him the relationship was really good, and you know he really enjoyed having that relationship. And the whole questioning here of how long till like the memories rot, how long do I have to be sad for, how long do I have to cry for. um it's beautiful for a start, but it's it's that way of like, you know that in this story the other person could, because we've visually seen it, but in that story it's, you know, it's the typical thing, the other person's moved on and they're fine, you know, they're living life as normal. But for Jeff's character here, he's in this constant state, you know. The shot here of the window, his outfit changes. It's almost like he's constantly looking for something, looking for, you know, looking for hope, looking for, you know, arguably a way to move on, but also that maybe that little hope of like, oh, maybe we can get back. And you know, the way that his outfit changes, it's like his life obviously has to keep going on, he has to keep living, but he himself is stagnant and is not. Also, I just want to talk about, this is random, his hair, the way it curls at the front there. Sorry, this is the most random thing. I want to know how much hairspray is in that, just specifically in that curly part, because it's set on his forehead so purposefully. Sorry, it's the most unrelated thing, but yeah,
ต้องใช้เวลา
I need more time. Yeah.
ทุกวันจำได้เพียงนั่งมองนาฬิกา
Yeah.
รอจนเช้าให้เรื่องราวมันเลือนลางเธอ
Oh, I wait for the night to turn day, wish I turn around and see you stay. Yeah, it's that idea of you, if you had a time machine, what would you do? Would you change your fate? Would you change the fate of the other person? I'm loving the way that we're moving through time in this music video. And I think that maybe is what we've been getting from the other music videos, at least in part, in some, you know, tiny little way. I'm not really good with faces, so I really apologize. Is this female lead, has she been in a few of these music videos? I haven't, I'll be honest, I haven't been paying attention to the credits as much as I should have been, because I've been like invested talking about the song and stuff. Has it been the same person? I really, because I know obviously in this music video it's been the same person. But I think that would be interesting if they kept that kind of pairing throughout all of the songs. But yeah, let me know.
ก็เพิ่งได้รู้ว่าวันหนึ่งเพียงแค่ความคิดถึงก็ทรม
That's so intimate.
ติดอยู่ในวังวนเรื่องเราในวันผ่านไป
I keep not forgetting I'm too blameful. I think that is such a typical kind of feeling when you're in that situation, when you're the one that doesn't want to move on. Because for you, the relationship was so good and it was so meaningful to you. And I'm not saying meaningful in the way that it's not meaningful to the other person, but because obviously when this kind of thing happens, it becomes less meaningful for the other person. Um, so of course you're not going to want to forget, and the blaming comes into it because you're like, why did you have to leave? Why did you have to da da da? Um, when what you really want to do or what you really should do is kind of say, okay, we had our moment, it was beautiful, and now it's over. Um, but I get it. It is that typical kind of response of like, but I was happy, you know?
ภาวนาให้ฉันไม่ฝันถึงเธอให้เพลงรักที่ฟังไม่พูดถึง
It's like there, the smile, the female lead smiles, and he's almost looking to see it fade. I'm not using a pun here. I'm genuinely saying fade. He's looking at it almost to see if it will fade. And he like gives the smallest smile as if he's
ปล่อยเพลอแต่สุดท้ายก็ยังคิด
unsure. I don't know.
พอใจให้เจ้าจูบ
I love that sound, whatever it is.
ในใจสักทีสักทีก็ลืมไปว่ายังไงยังคงคิดถึงเธออยู่อย่างนี้
I guess we're in the 60s, 50s, 60s
ให้เจ้าจูบ
with this.
ใครคนหนึ่งในใจสักทีสักทีต้องใช้น้ำตาเท่าไรแล้ว
I'm loving this scene, like visually.
ก็ลืมไปแล้วว่าต้องลืมยังไง
Okay, I'm liking this change up.
ลืมทุกวันเวลาที่เราได้เจอ
She's in the hospital now?
แต่จำได้แค่เพียงฉันเคยมีความสุข
Oh. I was like, oh, she's in the hospital, and then like she got like murdered. Her heart got pulled out. Like this, like I know he says here he wishes that all of the traces of her could be unremembered, but like the visual of that, like he's literally ripping out her heart. Not him, but like in terms of the storyline, he's using that as like that.
จำได้แค่เพียงฉันเคยมีความสุขเพราะเธอ
Oh, wow. And now we look like we're in like the 80s maybe? Okay, now we're in modern day because of the phone.
พอใจให้เธอจำไม่ลืมไม่ลืมใครคนหนึ่ง
I love the editing of this.
สักทีต้องใช้น้ำตาเท่าไรและภาพเธอในใจทำอย่างไรก็ลืมไปแล้วว่าต้องลืมยังไง
I can't see what's on the phone. I'm liking the silent films, silent film style captions. Also, I love the way he's like, like he's being really flirting, like, now you know my name. Like, it's really smooth. I love it.
ใครคนหนึ่งในใจสักทีสักทีก็ลืมไปว่า
I like this sequence here, more because obviously what we've seen before. I like the way that we've traveled almost like the reincarnation kind of thing I was saying in the previous song. It almost feels like we're seeing the start of this moment, like before everything breaks down and everything's like in the relationship, and so it's like really, and it's like everything's intentionally like colored really nicely and brightly and everything like that. and it, to me, it just gives this idea that he revisits these memories. Um, and this is what he means when he says, like, why can't they just rot? Like, why did they look so, like, why did they look so visually pleasing? Why do they still make me happy? Because that's what I get when I watch this. They also feel a lot more equal in that first shot with the hands than the second shot, and even in these ones. I think that sequence there, this sequence, we had like almost like an equals, and then it became like more and more Jeff until it was just Jeff by himself. Because obviously in these like these last shots here, you can't see her face. It's very much like here they're equals, then here they're starting to split apart. Then there's, you know, a clear rift, and I think the use of the revolution in the background not only contextualize it, sit in like a historical thing, but also shows that kind of that rift that's starting, and then like here he's even more centered, like, you know, it's him, and then you can see like he's gonna be on his own. I really like that. Also, her name is Trinity. I know that the female lead in Lucid, I think, was a different actor. But I think I'm really bad with faces, just in general. But it'll be interesting to see if she'll be brought back in, because I know in Stranger we have a video for that. Okay, so this is the last song in terms of, I guess, like one of the editions, because the next two songs, because obviously I'm not doing the English versions of the songs we've already done. This is the last like main track. The others are bonus tracks. But this doesn't have video. The next one does, and then I don't think the last one does. So this is Almost Over You. And so I like that we're getting this this journey in kind of the songs. Especially when you think about the next song being called Stranger. So I'm very curious to see how we're approaching this slow acceptance of the state that we're in, that Jeff is in. So yeah. It sounds upbeat. Ooh, that was a nice little chord deviation there. Ooh.
You give me a rose,
Ooh.
like when our love was still fully in bloom.
Oh, I love that.
It's now the only trace of you.
Ooh. When you think about flowers, like when you've plucked a flower to give to someone, they don't last that long. So the idea that it's outlasted this love means that like that flower is like the power of the flower, or even just like maybe the memory of the flower, that's powerful.
You became a ghost, someone I knew. I've got nobody I can talk to, 'cause everyone but me's forgotten you.
That lyric, that hit me. The idea like you're still processing it, but everyone else is like, why haven't you moved on yet? We have, you know, because it's not a big deal to them. It's not there. They're not emotionally or as emotionally invested as you are, and so you're still stuck in this space. And that lyric.
'Cause everyone but me's forgotten you.
I love the metaphor of the ghost as well.
My car on these silent drives, because I hear our songs and it makes me cry. And all my friends say all that you need is time, and I hope they're right.
Oh, that was hope there. Oh, it was. Oh, it's so pretty.
That you need is time, and I hope they're right.
Oh, it's pretty.
These lonely days keep passing by.
I'm loving this almost like heartbeat drum beat in the background.
Even if it took a while, I'm almost over you.
Okay, this might be my favorite song.
You gave me that and try.
There we go.
I sing one petal at a time, just like the memories in my mind.
This is pretty.
Over you, you're in my bones, under my skin. I found a note in the pocket that you left it in.
Oh, the rhythm. I found a oh, the rhythm of that.
Under my skin, I found a note in the pocket that you left it in.
Oh, I love it.
Sketch our first, a pencil face. We didn't know that things would all end up this way. Take my car on these silent drives, because I hear our songs and it makes me cry. And all my friends.
I love how relatable Jeff Satter's music is, because you know, he talks about these things like the picture of us and even like the songs and stuff. These are all things that 90% of the time, I'm not going to say 100% of the time, but a lot of the time, you make those memories with people. You know, you have those songs that you know, whether you're a team giving a friend a mixtape, or in our day now, giving someone like a playlist or whatever, or if you're a grown up doing, you know, playing a song at a wedding, or the wedding dance, having a song then. You know, we all have these attachments and these things, and it's just the way that Jeff Satter is able to really explore and expose those in these songs. And as well, it's his voice is so comforting sounding and emotional in the way that he delivers it, that it's almost like he's like singing, like saying, he's almost like singing the words, like, I understand how you feel, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I'm not gonna lie, I got driver's license vibes from this part with Take My Car on the Silent Drives. It gave me the oh, what's the lyric from Driver's License where it's like, and now I'm passing your street or whatever. It gave me a similar vibe to that. I think this might be my favorite song on this album.
I hear our songs and it makes me cry. And all my friends say all that you need is time, and I hope they're right.
Oh, it's pretty.
These lonely days keep passing by, trying to leave without your smile. Even if it took a while, I'm almost over you. The rose you gave me is dead and dry. I sing one petal at a time.
This lyric, I'll sing one petal at a time, it made me think of like the journey we've been on, where like with like Loop, when he couldn't like tell this person how he feels and stuff. I'm saying this is, I don't know if the love interest is the same, or if it's just like an almost generic love interest kind of thing where it's different people or whatever. But that gave me the vibe of like, it's almost like the reverse of like how you would be in Loop, where you maybe have the pedal and you're like, I love her, I love them not. I'm saying her and them because I don't want to assume pronouns or anything like that, but like, I love them not, I love them not. And it's almost like the reverse of that at the end of the journey, which is something I've never thought about, because you think of it as that kind of that nervous energy at the beginning of like a potential relationship. And so it's interesting it being put here.
Just like the memories in my mind, I'm almost over you. Almost over looking at your emerald eyes. Almost over how you have felt close to mine.
The delivery, like the lyrics are one thing, but the delivery, the emotion and pain in his voice. But it's like it's a pain, but it feels like it sounds cathartic to him.
At your emerald eyes, Almost over how your hand felt close to mine. Almost over looking for your blue car every time I drive.
I'm sorry, the way that we went from the heavier vocal sound to the falsetto there. Time I try. Oh, it's so pretty. I love it.
Days keep passing by. Try to leave without your smile.
I love this.
Even if it took a while, I'm almost over you.
The grit. I'm not over this.
Even if it took a while,
It's just so emotional. And the vocals in the background. Oh. I love the way that there's different like vocal layers and they almost sound like echoes. And I guess it's one, it makes obviously the sound fuller, but it's almost the way that they come in and out. It's almost like, because obviously the person's a ghost now, effectively, you know, in terms of their relationship. But it's almost like that. It's almost like whisperings, if that makes sense. His vocals, I can't. I love the way, so this, especially this last chorus, but I love the way that he, performance-wise, he's been delivering it like with high vocals, high falsetto vocals, and then like that last one, I'm almost over you. It's perfect, like it's perfect like come down. Yeah, I think this might be my favorite song. I think this might be my favorite song so far. Okay, so second to last song that I'll be reacting to here. This is Stranger. Now, it's listed on Wikipedia as a bonus track, but the video itself is actually older. I don't know if it's the way it looks. Is it? I don't know. I don't think it's a music video. But yeah, let's get into this. Okay, interesting visuals. I'm trying to see what is it a light? Very, very interesting.
Tell me who is it?
Aww.
It's past December.
I like that we've moved from spring and the seasons of that follow. Aww.
And I know it's too late to take a flight to fly to your side tonight, but baby, I'll drive to you.
I'm sorry, that is the most romantic style of lyricism ever. Because logistically, when you think about like driving versus flying, flying's quicker, right? But he's willing to drive all the way for this person. But I don't know if because of the title, whether that's, I'm misinterpreting that as a romantic line. I don't know.
'Cause I know it's too late to say goodbye, but only just
Yeah, okay. So the gesture is meant to be like, it's kind of like a look how much I did because I traveled, like I drove all this way. Like if he had flown, it would have been seen like as a kind of gesture, but I think the intent here is look how much I um look how much I value you and your time and your love. Um, and it's almost like a kind of like, I know that this is over, but look at how much effort I've put in. So can we just have this one more night? This one last night? The voices and the crowd sound in the background. Interesting. That's pretty. Ooh. Okay, so some of the images are like that's in the background are starting to make sense. You've got like it's almost like a light tent or something. That's obviously like, I guess, like you could like say like the wedding night, the wedding night, the like the wedding dance kind of thing. Um, and like you've got the streets, obviously that's the kind of the blurred out streets. That's obviously the journey that kind of the Jeff Satur character is going on in the song to the person physically. Um, Interesting. It's almost, if I'm understanding this right, it's almost like he's saying like, we know it's already over. We know we're already strangers, so let's just let's just throw caution to the wind, maybe. Very pretty. I love this string part.
Tell me what to say.
I have to say this. One thing I love about Jeff Satur and the way he approaches music, I like that he's not afraid of his voice. There's a lot of people that like would be afraid of higher tones and higher notes in songs, and would maybe intentionally avoid them in order to kind of like the whole like I'm masculine kind of idea. I like the way that he's not afraid, and we've seen it across this album and across the songs. He's not afraid, like for instance, the last song, he was not afraid to put that entire chorus in the higher parts of his register. And here he's not afraid to go like and follow the melody where it needs to go. Um, and I love that. I think it's the mark of a really, really talented, not just performer, but songwriter, because he understands the story he's telling. Um, and he understands where it needs to go in order to tell it faithfully, I feel like.
When we get older, maybe we will be free.
Oh, that was beautiful.
And I know it's too late to take a flight to your side tonight, but baby, I drive to you.
It's an interesting, sorry, I'm just thinking about this again. It's an interesting thing about time in this because he's suggesting he'll get there at night, specifically that night, right? But I'm confused about where he is in relation to her. And I know it's probably a metaphor, and this is just my autism, just kind of I'm missing the point of that. But I feel like he's almost, and maybe I'm making the gesture sound grander than it is, but it almost feels like he is maybe going to spend like the night and the day traveling or something, or the day and the night traveling. so that he ends up at that night. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I know it's too late to say goodbye, but only just one more night. Can I lay by
Ooh.
your side?
I didn't expect that. I was expecting it to just kind of rise, like you know, that kind of thing, like up, up, up. But I love the way that he approached this. Like this chorus is in like a higher part of his voice, and I love that. Also, I feel like with this part, with this chorus, the whole point, the song's called Strangers. I feel like there's also that kind of other thing when he says like there's only you and me. I think that's a metaphor in itself because he's not saying necessarily that they're alone, but it's that the other people around them don't matter because it is just you and me. Obviously, when he's talking about like laying together and spending a night together, in that moment they're together alone. But it's like outside of that, if that makes sense. I feel like maybe.
So will you please dance with me?
Ooh, that flip.
A stranger.
I love the way that he went into that. I love when he does these riffs and these ad libs.
And I know it's too late to take a flight to your side tonight. Baby, I'll drive to you. And I know it's too late to say goodbye, but only just one more.
Oh, the way he said "but only" there. Oh. Again, that didn't go where I thought it was going to go. I was expecting like a big money note, but he kept it kind of in the same space. And I think, I don't know, it's beautiful, but I hate that it's not going where I wanted it to go. Because, not because of a bad thing about the song, but I'm just kind of like, I hate being wrong. I know that's really bad to say. I hate being wrong. Because I'm great at like this is nerdy part, pattern recognition and stuff. Oh, but no, this is so beautiful. Please don't take that as me saying like I hate the song. No, I don't mean that. I hate myself because I thought I knew where it was going. It's such the vibrato as well. Okay, I love this. This is my favorite part of the song. Oh, I love that. So that's what I was meaning. It happened earlier as well. There were sounds of other people. That's what I mean as well when he says like it's only you and me. That's what I was meaning when I was saying about how there are how I was saying there are other people around, but they just don't matter because they're like he said, everyone's strangers. Okay, we are on to the final song that I'm doing today. This is going to be a really long video. I might cut it in half. I'm not sure yet. I love the album artwork for this because I think this is the first time that I've really seen it. Um, this is Saturdays, and I know that Jeff Satur calls his fan base Saturdays or Sats, I think. So let's get into this. What was that? I love that we're getting like
ไม่วันเสาร์ได้เป็นมีเท่าไรเธอคงจะไม่เคยเข้าใจว่าอยากให้ถึงวันเสาร์แค่ไหนใน52 วันคิดถึงไปเท่าไรต้องผ่านอาทิตย์ที่ทรมานจะสุดสัปดาห์ต้องทนตั้งนาน
Okay, so this one feels like a song for the fan base, but I like the way that because they're called Saturdays, he's able to play and riff off of the kind of the daily, weekly struggle, if you like. It's really clever.
จะสุดสัปดาห์ต้องทนตั้งนานฉันจะทำอะไรแล้ววันอังคารเธออยู่
Oh, I like the the way he's playing the chords.
ใครฉันรอจะได้เจอเธอตั้งนานแบบรหัสแบบใดจะไม่ต้องอยากจะเธอไม่ไหวนี่ก็มันสุขแล้วอีกไม่ไกลจะได้เจอเธอ
It's almost a love song towards the fan base. I know I said it's a song for the fan, but I'm expanding that now. It's like a love song, like he's getting jealous over who the person's spending time with on the other days. And he's excited for the weekend, for Saturday, so that they can be together. Sorry. So that they can be together. And it sounds like I'm intrigued to see how the chorus goes. Can you be my Saturday? What a cute line. I love, like, it makes the accompaniment now makes so much sense. It's all about, I love, because it's all about spending like a lazy Saturday together. I love the way that, like, it's just like throw everything away, spend the day with me. And obviously, like I said, it's got that other kind of meaning of like being like being potentially related to the kind of fan base aspect of it. But it's like that idea of like, we'll just spend a day, you and me. I love that.
Baby, be my Saturdays ไม่ต้องคิดอะไรทั้งนั้นเสาร์ได้พร้อมมีกันและกันวันที่เป็นของเราเท่านั้น Baby, be my Saturdays.
Yeah, that idea of having a day designated, like people you can have and do whatever you want Monday through Friday and even Sunday, but Saturdays is our day. I don't know, I love that. Sorry, I love the way the guitar went there. It just felt really raw, that. I love that. I love the way it's spelled. Obviously, visually, it's comed. I love that it's because it's showing like that that Satur, Jeff, and Saturdays are two separate things, but they're coming together. This is such a campfire song. Ooh, that was nice. It's almost like he wants Saturday to be like almost like a Groundhog Day where the same things happen every day. And it's almost like it's a time unto itself.
แล้ววันอังคารเธออยู่ที่ใดและพุธที่ผ่านมาอยู่กับใครฉันรอจะได้เธอตั้งนานภาพฤหัสแบบใดทำไมถึงอยากจะทำไม่ไหว
I've been thinking about this. I feel like this has elements that Hyde had in that he's pedestaling, sorry. He's pedestaling Saturdays, and he's not necessarily a shadow in the same way as he was in Hyde, but it's very much like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? But the difference is here he wants to be, Saturdays. He wants to be one thing.
สุขแล้วอีกไม่ไกลจะได้เธอที่จะเป็นวันเสาร์ได้ไหมที่เราไม่ต้องไปที่ใดมีแค่เธอและฉันทั้งวัน Baby be my Saturdays
The way he said Saturdays, the way he sang that.
อะไรทั้งนั้นเสาร์ได้พร้อมมีกันและกันวันที่เป็นของเราเท่านั้น Baby be my Saturdays Saturdays
I often say this in reactions in general when there's moments like this, but I know that this is like a really intimate campfire-y kind of sounding song. But this part here, I think would, if it was performed live, and I don't know if he because I think he's touring or has toured for this album. He's either toured, or will be touring for this album. I feel like this moment here would be one of those really good moments where you have the really, really good audience participation, and you could hear like the crowd singing along to this part.
Saturdays Saturdays Oh Saturdays
The way he sings this though, it's perfect for the lazy Saturdays, because it's not lazy singing, but it's not lazy, but like I should have paused. I'm going back. Like that riff is not lazy, but like
Saturdays
I love that. The way he delivered that last it was almost like the sound of him waking up on that Saturday. I don't know if anyone else thought that. Oh, I really like this. I really, really like this. So I'm gonna keep my thoughts brief because this is a long video. I think my favorites are still Almost Over You, Highway, and Complicated. I think it's a really good album, and I like the exploration of sounds that Jeff Satur goes through, and I like the way he explores the themes and the stories that he wants to explore and tell. So thank you guys so much for watching. I don't think I'll split this into 2 videos, so thank you if you've made it this far, and yeah, I will speak to you guys in the next video. Bye everyone. Bye.